Skills, and today is cherry on the top wala session, meaning I will be covering you all on how do you build your CV, okay, your curriculum vitae. Now, to begin with, there are four types of things that you write as a CV, as a resume, as a biodata, and your profile. Okay, now what are these four types? Let us first understand that, and then we will crack on how do we actually build a CV or a resume. First and foremost is your biodata. So your biodata is essentially all your physical stats and your all the talking about your family, who all are in your family and what your parents do and all the background. Reason why we write a biodata is essentially for marriage proposals. As simple as that. So you know what is the purpose, so what should be the ingredient of it, right? So we are not doing that. We are doing the CV and the resume part. Now, what is the difference between a CV and a resume? A CV is essentially, yes, the full form is curriculum vitae, meaning essentially you put all your educational background in it. Okay. Anything and everything about your curriculum and extracurricular activities, of course, into your CV. Essentially, this is for people who are freshers. I'm sure at least 1/4 of the people in this class is working, and the rest 3/4 are probably freshers. So if you all are freshers, then yes, we will be building a CV and not a resume. Got it? Got the difference? CV is for the freshers. Okay. And when we talk about a resume is all about people who have got some level of experience, at least 5 years of experience or something and above. So yeah, for them it is a resume. Otherwise, it's still a CV. Okay. So that's a resume, the third type. What is the fourth type? Fourth type is a profile. Now, what is a profile? Profile is when you have literally reached, like 17, 20 years of experience. Uh, you are literally a groomed person, totally, you are in it, and all that sorts. You can imagine, right? 17, 20 years of experience is a huge experience. And then you are not building your resume, you're building your profile. Okay. Essentially, these kind of people are the ones who are the decision makers. Essentially, these are the people who sit on the board meetings. Essentially, these are the people who are like a consultant or somebody, management consultants and all. Essentially, these are the people who are the C-suite employees. Okay. What is C-suite employees is all about the CEO, the CFO, the CMO, right? The chief executive officer, the chief finance officer, chief marketing officer, chief technical officer, CTO, and likewise. These are called as the C-suite employees. Got that? Are we clear on this? Yeah. So today we are going to build our CVs, right? How many of you all are working? Anybody? Working people? Nobody? Kya baat hai? All freshers. Wow, that's wonderful. Okay. If you all remember in our yesterday's session, we have Alpha. No, ma'am. Okay, that meaning you're not working or you're working? Not working. Not working. Okay, I take it as a not working. Fine. So I take it by default that the entire class here who is attending, which is almost half of the class only, are non-working people, meaning you are a fresher. So if you are a fresher, then we will be building a CV for you. Okay. Now, in yesterday's session, I have asked you all to build your LinkedIn profile, right? You all were asked as an assignment to create your LinkedIn account. How many of you did that? You all should by now. It hardly takes 5 to 10 minutes to start up your LinkedIn account. Anyone who did not do it, unmute and speak, or else you can put that in the text box, the chat box here. Anybody who do not have their LinkedIn account here, guys, we are going to build your CV, and is something which is very essential here. That's the reason the chain of the events, right? The chain of the sessions. I asked you yesterday for the LinkedIn stuff. We literally spoke about LinkedIn for 2 consecutive days, right? And then today I'm asking you all if you all have accounts or no. You must have accounts by now. And by the way, the camera cannot be shut off. The cameras have to be on, everyone. I want to see you all. don't see you, I'm going to remove you from the class. As simple as that. Meaning you're not interested in the class, basically. That's why the cameras are off. And I need not repeat that in every class. You've got to turn the cameras on. I don't mind how you look like. Don't go back to your mirrors and then do the touch up and stuff. No, I don't want that. At least some presentability. Fine. You are in good, acceptable clothing, bus. That is sufficient for me. Okay. All right. So I will start sharing my screen immediately to show you how it all works when we talk about building your CV. Now, let me tell you guys that when you're working on building your CV, essentially you will use Word application, right, to build your CV. It is a very good application where you already have templates, you know, the standard templates of writing your resume. So that we are going to encash upon today. Just a moment, and I will share my window here. Yeah, let me know once my window is visible to you all. Is that visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Cool. So when you start, yeah, thanks. So when you start with your Word, and this is how it looks like. So what you need to do is you're not going to choose the blank document. What you're going to do is I mistakenly double hit that. Wait. Let me start it off again. Just a moment. Yeah. So all I was telling you is, yeah, that when you open up Word application, then you will have this option to choose from. And that option to choose from is all these resume templates, right? So you can choose either of it. I choose this particularly, suppose. So if I choose this, so this is how it looks like. Okay, I do not want this kind of. Why did I choose this? Wait. I will go back to Word. This is the third time I'm doing it, so sorry about it. Yeah, shit happens, and that's fine. Okay, here we are finally. And if you see, this is the one that I've chosen from as a modern chronological cover letter. I hit create there, and this is the template that I see. Again, it is the same. Forget it. I'm not going to change it anymore. But no, this is a cover letter. No, we are not doing the cover letter. We are doing the CV first. Guys, I'm really sorry for this. What happened? Yeah, I finally found this, and I'm going to hit share button only after I have selected this. So you know that, right? That, okay, once you have chosen from the templates, once you hit on the Word button, the Word icon for that matter, there you are going to see the multiple options. Usually we select the blank document. Here we are not going to choose the blank document. Here we chose one of the templates from the modern template of building this particular CV. Okay. I hope my screen is visible to you all, everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I will maximize the view so that you all will be able to see it better. Some of you might be on your phone screen. So yeah, I guess this is better now. Yeah, wide enough. Now, anybody who gives their name, we will start creating for them a CV here on the spot. And yes, every one of you got to be equipped with your pen and a paper. You are going to build your CV right away. Okay. And at the end of the session, you all should be having your CVs in your hand, right? And once you write it down, then you got to work on your Word in this kind of a template. So save that and then you can post it in the Google Classroom, because I'm going to put that as an assignment. Every one of you should be able to build their own CVs, right? So I want you all to put that here quickly. Be ready with your pen and paper. Okay, anybody who wants to give their name here? Quick. Quick. If not, then I will write for myself. Fine, nobody comes up. So I'm going to write my own name here. Jahara and Pathan. That's my last name. Okay, address. You need not write your detailed address there. All you can do is write the location, that is Pune. Okay, phone number you would write, okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0, 10 digit. Done. Email ID, okay, you can be able to put there an email ID. I'm putting here some pseudo email. LinkedIn profile, here is what, bingo. I have asked you all to create your LinkedIn accounts only for this reason. Even the modern CV template asks for a LinkedIn profile. Guys, by now you should be doing it. Okay, if not now, when? Right. So whatever your LinkedIn profile link is, that you got to paste here. The Twitter or the blog or the portfolio, as of now, we are going to skip for it. Reason that maybe you do not have a blog which is related to that particular post that you're applying for, right? Or maybe you have a blog which is a very casual one, and you probably know that yes, it is not going to add value to the job. If that is the case, then we are going to shy away from that blog post. Okay. Instead, we are going to put our LinkedIn profile link here. Now you'd say, ma'am, where do I find my LinkedIn profile ID? Well, it's very easy. You go back to your LinkedIn account, you click on your My Profile, you scroll down and you find that profile link. You copy that or share it somewhere, paste it here. All right, that's how you get your LinkedIn profile. Fine. Now here comes the most important aspect, and that is your career objective. Now, I'm sure you all are really great while you're Googling out some kind of stuff which you do not know. I want you all to Google out career objective for IT fresher. You got that? These are the keywords. Okay, you can mention it, specify it somewhere on your paper, because this got to be done really well. Now, understand that when you're building your CV, you're building your CV for a particular post. Okay, you got to customize your CV according to the post that you're applying for. Always remember this. So suppose there is a particular post of what is it, into coding itself. Okay, let us take that as an example, because you guys are techies, would be techies. Okay. So yeah, if that is the case, then yes, we will consider it this way, that it's all about coder. So there is a coding executive or coding specialist, that is a job offer, and you got to read through that entire job description, pick the keywords from it. Okay, like for example, it will say that knowledge of C++ is needed. Okay, you would write C++. Then then there's something written as knowledge of I don't know what all technology you have, OOPS, that Java, that Oracle, that Mango, and God knows what all. Okay, so all that kind of languages and all those technical skills will be added there. So you got to pick those keywords from the job description as well. So you get hundreds of career objectives when you Google it out for as a IT fresher. Those, choose the one that matches you and your style and your experience level and your educational level also. And then you map this with your job description keywords. Together integrate. If it matches, yes, that you have to amalgamate and write. Okay, combine kar lo objectives as well as keywords, and that is how in a line or two maximum you got to write down a career objective. Okay, sorted here. Okay, we move on to the next part, and that is experience. Now understand that when you are saying that you are all a fresher, you have not worked anywhere, you do not have any experience, we will skip this. But if at all you have any kind of an experience, maybe a 6-month experience or a year at least, then might as well you start from here. Suppose you join this particular company on 1st of January 2021, And now today is 1st of December. Wow, already a year gone by, 11 months gone by. So till, if you're still working with this particular company, then you will write it as till date. Okay, if you're still working with this particular company, you will write it as till date. Or if you have left the job already, you can then specify again the date here. So till maybe 30th of June 2021. So essentially you worked for 6 months here, right? Job title, probably you worked as what? Okay, as a sales executive. Okay, I do not recollect any other designation as of now for a beginner. So I put that as a sales executive, okay, with a company, say ABC Private Limited. Okay. Then you got to mention here what were your specific responsibilities that you did at work, any achievements in terms of the impact and the results that it created on your job and for your organization, some target that you achieved, before the deadlines, use it. But see to it that you are not writing an essay there, you're not writing a paragraph there. Keep it short, keep it simple. A line or two maximum is done. Is this understood, everyone? So if there is any kind of an experience, you can start writing it off. Begin with the latest job there. Okay, suppose you have worked for multiple companies in a couple of years. So the one that you're still working or the one you just left now a few time ago, that will be your first description here. Then the second company, before that, just before that, then just before that, that way. Okay, so this should be the sequence, the latest to the recent. Okay, now we jump to the education part. Now this is really very important when you're building your CV. It is all about your education and skills. That is what is going to screen you, help you get into the screening part of it. Now, education, month and year, again, essentially in Indian pattern, we don't have month and year, but you may add. So when were your 12th results? Which month? August, right? I guess 3rd August, you got your results. But you passed when? In July? Yeah. So I can mention it as July, July 2021. Okay. So July 2020, okay, that I will keep here. Okay, I will remove this from here. Now, why did I do that? I'll give you a quick answer to it. Now here, suppose that you have already done with your graduation. Suppose, okay. So suppose now that is, it is 2021 batch that you are into. So 2022, 23. So 23, you're going to pass out, right? So I will mention 2023. In the year of 2023, what did you achieve? You have been a Bachelor of Business Administration, Computer Applications. It's a huge one, no? You'll be like, man, why can't we write the acronym directly? No, you're not allowed to use acronyms directly. Your employer will not necessarily know what BBACA is all about. Okay, so don't think they are too smart to know all your acronyms. So please avoid using any acronyms. Okay, so use your entire degree name, Bachelor of Business Administration, that is BBA, Computer Applications. That is where you specialize in computer application. Which school, which college? AKI is Pune College of Arts, Science and Commerce, Pune. Okay, because of the paucity of the space, I keep it short like this, but you got to mention the complete name. Okay, done. All right, now here is an amazing part. When you come down to explain what you did in your BBACA, be a little boastful here of all the GPA that you have achieved. You already are doing the CBCS pattern, right? The credit choice-based credit system, in which, wow, it's okay. I'm sorry. Yeah. So here, when you are doing a CBCS pattern already, through all these years, first year, second year, and third year, at the end of the 3 years, you will have this gross points accumulated. Okay. So that would be probably, if at all you are really good at your GPA and you scored something like, a 9 point something or something, it's an outstanding result. Go ahead, post on it there. Here you are allowed to, convert this into a paragraph. Paragraph meaning not more than 3 or 4 lines, okay? You cannot write an essay here. So more around 3 to 4 lines because you have nothing else to write there in your CV than your education. So yeah, go ahead, boast on it. So yeah, go ahead, brag on whatever intra-collegiate competitions you have attended, intercollegiate competitions that you have attended. You have represented your college maybe at district level, state level, national level, in some kind of a sport. Go ahead, write it. You have also achieved an award for it. You stood maybe third or second or first whatsoever. Go ahead, write it. Whatever honors you have accumulated through these 3 years, summarize that. Yeah, so that is what you are supposed to do here. The next year is coming to the next in the ladder in terms of your education, and that is going to be essentially your HSC, okay, your 12th standard. So what about your 12th standard? You got to write here again. Suppose most of the students are from Pune College itself, so you can very well write AKI's Pune College of Arts, Science and Commerce, Pune. If you are outside of Pune College, then yes, do mention your college there. Okay. Now, again here, you've got to brag about your GPA. Of course, here you did not have your GPA in your 12th standard. In your 12th standard, you have your percentages. Yes, it was a huge task that you all dealt with the pandemic time. You dealt with the online classes all of a sudden. You dealt with the online exams all of a sudden, and we know, yes, how you got that 90 percentile, that 70%, 80%. Chill. But then, yes, it is still an achievement, right? And you should feel proud about it. Yeah, go ahead, mention that. Again, during your HSC, if there were any competitions, did you attend some event? Did you attend some kind of competition? Did you represent your college? Mention that. Okay, because that is what, as a college life, you want to describe to your would-be employer. Coming back to the next part is the skills part. Now, here you got to understand that again, every job that you are going to apply for, your CV should be customized according to the job. Should be always. You cannot have a standard and then do it. Okay. Essentially, now when you guys are already into this IT background of BBA, CA, the skills essentially would be like these languages, right? The coding, the testing, blah 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 blah, whatever. Go back to your JD again, the job description again. Read it thoroughly. Make points as to what they are requiring in terms of skills. And then, yes, there would be essentially one skill that every company at every level of job will ask, and strong communication skills. That is one skill that every company, every job, every level of job that you are applying, be it entry level, mid level, or senior managerial level, they will always ask for it. And yes, you got to possess that skill. You cannot say, oh yeah, Jahara ma'am has taught us business communication skills, so I'm really strong and effective with my communication skills. No, you cannot say that unless you practice it. I still have only 39 students who have given their assignments, who have handed in their assignments. This is not how you practice communication skills. No, you've got to implement it, practice it daily. When I say practice, meaning implementing, executing whatever you have learned through the entire sessions, through the entire semester. And I have seen to it that I cover each and every point. Nothing is left untouched from your syllabus, or even for that matter, out of the syllabus. Whatever is applicable to you all, I have explained you all. I have given you the live examples of it. You've got to be practicing it. So yeah, skills. Yes, the first thing you can write, very strong at communication skills. That you can write. Second, yes, according to what skills you have possessed over a period of time of this 3 years, apart from whatever the JD is asking you, try to integrate both of them. If both are in sync, put it there. Okay? So this will be the list of your skills. And finally, we will touch upon the last part, which is activities. Now, understand what kind of activities will you be writing. You cannot be writing activities like, well, I have 5 accounts on social media, or I am the group admin of 10 WhatsApp groups. No, not all that. activities here will be anything that is a relevant passion or relevant to your job description, to the job that you are applying for. Suppose that you have volunteered yourself into some kind of an NSS activity. Suppose you have volunteered somewhere in terms of NCC activity, okay, where your leadership skills have been portrayed. Awesome, put that here. Again, you need to be a little precise, short here. Any kind of certifications that you added to your kitty, you can add here. Now, when you are on LinkedIn, there is something called as LinkedIn Learning, which is free. And they provide you certificates also, again, for free. So go ahead, enroll yourself to LinkedIn Learning courses, and you literally get trained by international trainers, and you get that certification, whose validity is for lifetime. And you have nothing to lose. You're investing your time there, right? So go ahead, enroll into that. Go ahead, enroll into MOOCs and SWAYAM courses. Add to your certifications. And yes, let me tell you, for SWAYAM courses, it's easy to learn, but it's not that easy to crack the exams. It is a next level exams, by SWAYAM. But then, of course, it is all worthwhile because it is by Government of India approved. It is all the IITians and the IIM professors are there on that platform. Essentially, they will cater to that quality, right? So yeah, any kind of publications that you have made, any kind of certifications that you have accumulated over, in your kitty, any volunteering task that you have done, anything that you follow as a passion, you can put that, of course, relevant to your jobs, right? Passion could be, yes, suppose you have applied for coding and your passion is that, you literally do all the kidas, all the R&Ds on all the coding part of a particular game because you really like that particular game and you want to be, cracking that code. You are learning it. So that is your passion. Day in, day out, you look at the graphics, the way the graphics are done, and if you want to get into the graphics, you are working on a particular XYZ platform. I do not know which platform you would work for graphics. I'm sorry for that. I'm not a techie. But then, yes, when you are searching for it, you really like it. It is your passion. You can write out. If you are a YouTuber, just like what we did in the previous sessions, I showed you how this particular person, or there are a group of people who, keep posting daily about something which is relatable to every one of us in our day-to-day lives. Yeah, you are passionate about it. Go ahead, put that. It is adding value to certain people, right? So yeah, you can put that into activities, right? Are we all on the same page? Have you all understood what we are doing here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, no, can't say. Okay, cool. Now here, about the certifications. Yeah. So in terms of a person who is a fresher, this is what it's supposed to be. You can also choose any other template that you want. Essentially, this looks decent template, right? Which you can follow. So yeah, you go ahead and you follow that, right? So what you're going to do today as a task, as an assignment, I will immediately post that in your Google Classroom, is you all are going to build your own CVs. You're going to write this in a document, that is Word document, essentially the .docx, okay? Save it and upload your soft copy there. Okay, here I will not need you to do handwritten thing. No, because this is going to be your CV. Okay, it got to be in the in the typed form. All right, are we in for it? Are we game for it? Yeah, you're going to search for your career objectives. You're going to Google it out and you're going to see that what kind of job description, whatever. The first and foremost, you all are going to do your LinkedIn account. You all are going to have your LinkedIn accounts, because when you are going to put this particular soft copy as your CV, you got to have authentic email, the authentic phone number you're going to put there, the authentic LinkedIn profile also. The three things need to be authentic. Yeah, you cannot use that pseudo thing here. Don't treat this as just an assignment. Treat this as your original CV, so that you all are really very much hands-on by the end of your entire BBA and see to it that after everything that you have achieved, see, a CV is not going to remain the same that you build on in your first year compared to what you will do in your third year, right? It is going to build up eventually, slowly and slowly. So if there is some kind of a certificate or something, go ahead, add on to it. If there is some kind of internship that you got into, go ahead, add that into experience part in terms of an internship, right? And what all did you learn into that internship? What was the period of internship? Did you do it online or offline? Blah, blah, blah. Okay? Are we all game for it? Yes, yes or yes? I'm not giving another option now. Yes or yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So yes, you are going to do your LinkedIn account. Yes, good, Mohsin. You're going to do your LinkedIn account immediately. If you already have it, you got to update it. One. Second, you are going to start building your CV right away. Okay. And third, you're going to do that in a typed form on Word, save it, and then share it. Upload it, hand it in on the Google Classroom. All right. We'll see you in the next session so that we do the application of jobs. Somebody here, Arfat, what have you put here? Let me fetch this chat. Please share this photo of CV on WhatsApp group. Which photo of CV? Arfat, which photo of the CV? That was a template, beta. You can choose from your own Word. I have shown you all how to choose from, right? Thrice I've shown you because mistakenly I clicked somewhere else. So it was done. Yeah, you can choose your own template. Okay. There's no hard and fast rule that what I have shown as a template that only has to be followed. You can choose it for yourself. But what I found the most relatable and something which is more apt in this current scenario for you all, I found that one. So yeah, that you can always choose. Okay. So fine, we will cover the job application letter in our next session. Till then, you all be safe. Take care. Bye-bye. And do your assignments on time.